From Firebird lanes in Salem, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Both divisions at once today. Those are the skinniest jeans I have ever seen in my life. I love using that whenever I get an opportunity. That is Haley Martin. She's appearing in her first career title match, taking on fellow first-timer Toby Wills. Haley's got to win this match by 28 to tie, 29 to win. Haley started strike spare. Will started an open strike and leaves a big cluster there. To their left, Bradley Baltazar, fresh off a one-pin semifinal victory over Tyler Bowe, is taking on Jerry Jennings. Jerry has completely wiped the field with the scratch division this event. It's been a while since he's done so. We'll see if he's able to do it one more time here in the title match. To their left, Brooklyn Boudreau is waiting to take on Haley for the girls' scratch title. Since Haley made the title match, we'll do that coming up next. Better spare attempt here by Wills, but doesn't get the break. Toby's had plenty of action already today. He got to play Powerball twice. Didn't get anywhere, but at least got 2 stickers out of the deal. Brad spared in his first, and Jerry will spare in his first as well. I have been told that Haley can get noisy when it's high school bowling time in Oregon. Making a little noise right now, but chopping that spare off of there. Early on in the title match. Good turnout. Thanks to Eric and the crew at Firebird for hosting us. Always a smooth job here in Central Oregon. Right back at it tomorrow morning for our Easter egg hunt, one of our most popular things of the year. People who don't know that Easter egg hunt don't know just how much goodies we have waiting for them. And Haley can go ahead and be noisy. If that helps get her pumped up, go for it. As long as it's positive for yourself, we got no problem with that. And if you've ever seen high school bowling, it is loud for a long time. Oh, solid 9 for Jennings over there. Any age and average, Haley's got about 2.5 feet at least on Toby, but just does not matter in bowling. Yeah, so yeah, we got something important to get to here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So earlier today, we set something. Oh, it's already over.
Yeah, I know, the contract's already done.
But yeah, so it's done with, but we set up a rather unlikely thing here where I don't know how well it's going to stay focused, but if Bradley Baltazar wins JBT scratch title today, Jeff Hemer will fire John Malone. Bradley must make 0 spares in the title match and win, is what that said, I promise you. Poor John Malone didn't even bowl today, and somehow he got wrapped up in this miserable conspiracy. But due to Brad's spare in the first, that contract is null and void. If you would now like to do the honors, wait till there we go. There it goes. Thank you very much. Just Bradley getting to the title match was something he hasn't done in a little while for this. He's got 1 scratch and 1 handicap title. Jerry 1 scratch and 2 handicap titles. So someone's going to double their career scratch title total here as they both start off 9 spare, 9 spare. Morgan with a nice ball there. They're already in the 6th frame. Toby struck in his last shot, so he's working on a strike, and that's pretty good too. Give him the 9, he'll take it. Tough pattern today. London, 44 feet, pretty flat. Toby was minus 44 after 5, and we played Survivor since then. He just kept on not having the lowest game. That's all you got to do to get to the title match. Easier said than done sometimes. Good basic form out of him. Still wearing the house shoes. Follows through right towards his target, and he's, golly, could not get that ball to hang on to that 6-pin. Haley minus 33. Cut today minus, what was it, minus 70 something in handicap and minus 115 in scratch. The dreaded triple-digit cut. We've had a couple triple-digit cuts with a plus sign on them this year, but certainly not today. Let's see if Wills can rebound. Uh-oh, tricky little split there in the 7th. Haley's got to make the easy spares, but oh, she blows by it to the left. When you're the one giving pins, you can't give away the easy spares like that. Toby doesn't get a pin here. He'll trail by 14, but remember, gets 28 back. So it'll go from trailing by 14 to leading by 14, even if he misses both of these. He'll get one of them though. Jerry, we haven't seen as often of late. Great to see him back on the show. He was on a tear in the handicap division quite a few years ago, but been hanging around in scratch and just absolutely dominant today. Just with shots like that, really throwing it pretty. It'll be on 3-4. Handicap bowling fast as they tend to do. It's a 1 o'clock start, so we certainly don't have any problem with keeping them moving. Oh, Haley, look out! 9 miss in the 7th and 8th. Might be the difference in this match. Ugh. It's been a long day of bowling for her, but can't let those 9 misses go. Jennings will be appearing on camera momentarily. And Will's got a good shot at a spare. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There comes Jerry. He's working on a strike. Can take a 10-pin lead with the double. Yeah. Fresh off a 267 semifinal game. Before that, 222, 246, 215, 224, 236. Nobody else is putting up deuces that consistently today. All right, now Haley's got to get this 9 spare. Trickier split for Toby, so this could be a potential swing here. There you go, atta girl. That's what she meant to do the last 2 times too. Easy for me to say. I haven't thrown it well. I threw 1 ball today. That was a mistake. Jerry cross lane at the 610, no trouble at it. Tricky 310 for Toby, and we'll take 1 off it. So let's regroup here. 123 theoretically for Haley, 108. So right now Martin leads by 15 and has to make up 28. So the 10th frame will tell the story. Morgan working on the spare. Double would sure be valuable. Can and has done it. She screams for it. Oh man, pretty good shot. The 9 remains, so Toby just needs to avoid disaster now. That's a good way to avoid disaster, right at the head pin, leaving only the 5. I think that might be enough already. We'll have to check the math. Oh, now we know it's enough. Boy, oh boy, down the stretch. 9 out, 9 out, 9 spare, 9 out. That's a tough finish for Haley, and that is great news for youngster Toby. Just 11 years old. Yeah, well, you know what? Miss a 5-pin to win a title. That's all that matters. 145 to 131 is your final, and this little guy has won it all. Does he know? Do you know? Toby, do you know the good news? There, he knows the good news. Toby, you just won it all, bud. Champion. Whoa, and your boy, he's not wasting any time. Flack going right out to Toby.
Is Andrew giving him a plaque or a plate?
A plaque. And a great job out of Haley as well. Haley, you got more bowling to do. Stick around. Toby, we'll talk about you in a couple minutes, so stick around if you could for just a minute. Well done. We're going to switch everything up over here to the stretch title match. Congratulations, Mom. How about that? Great stuff. Yeah, let's get over here. The capacity crowd remaining. Brooklyn patiently awaiting. Brooklyn, let me give you the option here. The only other possible pair is 5 and 6. Haley was just on it. Or you can wait till this very slow title match. So they're really taking their time here on the stretch as opposed to the handicap division. As it stands, they're both, well, wow, Jerry bowling a blind game, clean with 9 spares through 5 frames. That results in Jennings being up by 3. This is spare working in the 5th frame. And another 9. So far in this match, that is the 9th 9 count already. And we're in the 5th frame. 8th 9 count, please. Strike in the 3rd lead by Jennings, the only X of the match. And as we talked about, Jerry has been doing a lot of striking today. But as we just saw from Haley, it is all about the spares. We'll see if we can continue it. Jerry did convert that spare just barely and follows it up with his second strike of the match. He'll hold that 2-pin now lead through 6 frames. Nice to see those clean games. Tyler Coates had 30 clean earlier today. Rung a 10-pin to get eliminated. It's Survivor, so it was the low score out every game until only these two gentlemen stood. Brad will drop 2 more pins a count, but leave himself a relatively makeable 6-10. Keep the match within 4 pins. Well, I said relatively makeable, and unfortunately the relative part happened there as he chops that 6 off the 10, and that gets Jerry up by 15 now. 7th frame for Baltazar. London pattern, if you weren't watching the early part of the video, 44 feet, pretty flat. Definitely enough volume outside where the players never were able to develop a look outside at all, pretty much out of bounds right up about 7. So, but enough volume where the players aren't getting too steep, having to do, any head lofting or anything like that. Cranker player like Baltazar around the 5th arrow. Jerry is really sort of right on top of Brad because they're trying to get it to the same break point. These sport patterns usually have a pretty defined break point regardless of your style. And it's just matching your style to get it to that break point. The reason Jerry is as deep as Bradley is he is much slower on the ball speed. Just a little right of Brad, maybe. I think that shot was actually a little right and square and caved in on him there, and you can tell he was not satisfied with the quality of that ball. Would love to have the double to put some distance. Instead, the always dangerous Brad, loose cannon that he is going to have a shot coming up here. Taking a lot of time in this match. It'll take about 10 minutes longer than the handicap match. Not that there's anything wrong with that, as they say. Now he's converted 2 6-10s while Bradley chopped his. And that is the difference in the match so far. Jerry, one of the quietest guys on the entire JBT Tour. Bradley, one of the loosest cannons on the entire JBT Tour. A contrast in personalities as well as styles. See, lining up right around the 40 board, left gutter. Looking right between the 4th and 5th arrow. Get that break point out to about 11 or 12. No more than that. Maybe a little tighter than that. Let's see. 22. Oh, it checks up. And on top of all that, they're just tricky. We've been in such a groove. Maybe if they're starting to dry out a little bit more on them, tough making that one final move to clinch things. You'll have to go deeper. You can't go right and faster or anything like that. You can increase your ball speed a little bit. And I don't think that's his A game to do so. I think you might just see him go a little deeper and keep it just a little tighter maybe. We'll see what he does. First thing he has to do is convert to spare, which he does with no problem. Leads by 14, but this young man can do something about it right here. He can take the lead with strikes in the 8th and the 9th. See, Bradley's going to be looking right about 5th arrow, much faster, much more end over end, and much higher RPM. Oh! And sometimes all those things put together, which should be a good thing, end up in a slam 9. Yikes. And he's still giggling about it. That's good, man. I wish I had the personality to be giggling and joking with my opponent at that point, because that is just nasty when you do that much right. And these nuclear balls just do not respect 3-pound 8-ounce pins. Saw how much OB there is there. It's barely got back to the 9. Well, which was almost a 4-pin match, remains 14 as he has to shake off that 9. He has been oh so close to winning titles lately. Jerry hasn't been that close lately. Bradley has been all over the top 4, but just without the wins to show. Still a potential 203 while Jerry pacing 197 clean. That's left. Yeah. Hoping it would be left enough, but Oakland 6. So a side account, that chopped 610 is the only thing that separates these two bowlers. So does the mindset change for Jennings here? Because now he doesn't have to double the rest of the way. He can go mark and win the title. Bradley would double in the 10th to be in the 190s. Jerry again 197 clean. I think while you can recognize that, I think that's a defensive way of bowling, and a defensive way of bowling on a hard shot is often a ticket to a big split. You just do what you've been doing for about 6 hours today. Get back in that 1-3. Been mostly there all game. 610 last time on this lane. I think he went a few left with his feet. Let's just see what the quality of shot looks like. Looks great. Wow, what a shot by Jennings. Did move left, did increase the speed just a hair left on the target, got the oil to push to the break point. That was a outstanding adjustment off the 7th frame, and he knew it. That's about as much reaction as you're ever going to get out of Jerry, too. Any mark will lock it up. Well, mark plus 6, to be fair, would lock it up. Strike here and notch your 4th career JBT title. Woo! Could have been anything. My goodness gracious.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 12, 13. You can't do math with the same numbers. 8.
Well, the 610 has been the storyline for the last 10 minutes. Here is one final 610 hurdle for Jerry to scoot over. If he happens to miss this, Bradley doubles to win. Right there. Couldn't have thrown it any better. Professional quality 9th and 10th there out of Jerry Jennings. Bradley put up a good fight, but the absolute dominant scratch division bowler pulled through this time. 4 wins for the talented Jennings. .194 for Jerry clean, and that's a lesson in what wins hard shot bowling tournaments. Bradley doing his Bradley things down there. I gotta go up to the mic. That's all the way behind about lane 16, but I don't want to turn off the camera because I never know what Bradley things moment I will see. He's giggling about what almost was there. Is it's going to end up a 2-pin game, and indeed that chopped 610 in the 6th, the only open of the match by either bowler. Really well bowled. Doesn't always take 250 to 240 to be compelling. Well, we do it all over again tomorrow with the egg hunts and everything else. Should be a good day at Firebird tomorrow, and we will see you then for it. Wow, of course.